Yes, there are fixture hoist systems designed for concealed mounting in inaccessible locations such as high ceilings that will be drywalled over. These are called concealed fixture hoist systems. Motorized hoists utilize an electric motor to raise and lower the fixture. They are typically compact and can be installed within the ceiling cavity. Manual hoists utilize a hand crank or pull cord to raise and lower the fixture. They are less powerful than motorized hoists but may be suitable for lighter fixtures. Concealed hoist systems must comply with the National Electrical Code, also known as NEC, and any applicable local building codes. The system should have a locking mechanism to prevent the fixture from accidentally falling. The motor should be thermally protected to prevent overheating. Here are a few recommended brands. Firstly, Osho, which offers skyhooks and motorized hoists. Secondly, Dura-Lite, which offers motorized hoists and concealed winches. And thirdly, Stage-Right, which offers concealed winches and manual hoists. Before installing any of these products, consider these installation tips. Firstly, determine the weight and dimensions of the fixture before selecting a hoist system. Secondly, install the hoist system according to the manufacturer's instructions before drywalling the ceiling. Thirdly, test the system thoroughly and ensure it operates smoothly and safely before closing up the ceiling. Lastly, leave access points for future maintenance if possible, such as a removable panel or ceiling tile. In conclusion, it is possible to install a motor-driven fixture hoist in an inaccessible location. Concealed hoist systems are specifically designed for this purpose and can be installed within the ceiling cavity. However, it is crucial to ensure proper installation, code compliance, and future maintenance access. It is important to note that any electrical work should be performed by a qualified electrician and must comply with the 2008 NEC and local codes. Article 400.1 states that flexible cords and cables must be suitable for the conditions of use and location. For example, if the hoist system is installed in a damp location, the flexible cord must be listed for wet locations. Article 400.7 covers the uses permitted for flexible cords and cables. It states that flexible cords and cables can be used for pendants, wiring of fixtures, and connection of portable equipment. However, flexible cords and cables cannot be used as a substitute for the fixed wiring of a structure. Article 400.8 covers the uses not permitted for flexible cords and cables. It states that flexible cords and cables cannot be run through holes in walls, ceilings, or floors, run through doorways, windows, or similar openings, or attached to building surfaces. Article 410.117 addresses fixture supports. Fixtures must be securely supported. The support must be capable of supporting the weight of the fixture. For heavier fixtures, independent support may be required. Article 410.16 describes spacing requirements for recessed luminaires. Recessed luminaires must have sufficient clearance from combustible materials. Type IC recessed luminaires are identified for insulated ceiling applications. Non-IC rated fixtures require specific clearances as outlined in the code, typically 3 inches from insulation and 0.5 inches from framing members, although these clearances can vary based on the specific fixture and local codes. Article 430 covers motors, motor circuits, and controllers. If the hoist system uses a motor, it must comply with the requirements of Article 430. This includes requirements for motor overcurrent protection, motor disconnecting means, and motor control circuits. Article 620 addresses elevators, dumbwaiters, escalators, moving walks, platform lifts, and stairway chair lifts. Although a fixture hoist is not technically an elevator, some of the safety principles in Article 620 may be applicable. For example, the hoist system should have a reliable braking system and over-travel protection. Article 725 covers Class 1, Class 2, and Class 3 remote control, signaling, and power-limited circuits. If the hoist system uses a remote control, signaling, or power-limited circuit, it must comply with the requirements of Article 725. This includes requirements for wiring methods, overcurrent protection, and separation from other circuits. When installing a fixture hoist, ensure the wiring method complies with Chapter 3 of the NEC. Common wiring methods include non-metallic sheathed cable, electrical metallic tubing, and flexible metal conduit. Select the appropriate wiring method based on the location and environmental conditions. According to 300.11, wiring located above a suspended ceiling must be independently supported. Cable ties, straps, or other approved means must be used to secure the wiring to the building structure. The suspended ceiling grid cannot be used as the primary support for wiring. According to 314.27, outlet boxes used for fixture support must be designed for that purpose. The outlet box must be securely fastened to the building structure. Ensure the outlet box is rated for the weight of the fixture. Article 314.16 dictates box fill calculations. Ensure the outlet box is sized correctly for the number of conductors, devices, and fittings contained within it. Overfilled boxes can cause overheating and electrical hazards. Proper grounding is essential for electrical safety. The fixture hoist must be properly grounded according to Article 250. Use a grounding conductor of the correct size and connect it to the grounding system of the building. According to 406.4, receptacles installed in damp or wet locations must be protected by a weatherproof enclosure. If the hoist system includes a receptacle for powering the motor, ensure it is properly protected from moisture. Always refer to the manufacturer's instructions for the specific fixture hoist system being installed. The instructions will provide detailed information on installation, wiring, and safety requirements. Follow all instructions carefully. When choosing a fixture hoist, consider the maximum weight capacity. Select a hoist that is rated for the weight of the fixture plus any additional weight, such as lamps or accessories. The hoist system should have a reliable locking mechanism to prevent the fixture from accidentally falling. The locking mechanism should be easy to operate and should hold the fixture securely in place. The motor should be thermally protected to prevent overheating. Thermal protection will automatically shut off the motor if it gets too hot, preventing damage to the motor and reducing the risk of fire. The hoist system should be easy to operate. The controls should be clearly labeled and easy to reach. The system should operate smoothly and quietly. Consider the accessibility of the hoist system for future maintenance. Can the motor and other components be easily accessed for repairs or replacement? If possible, leave access points for future maintenance, such as a removable panel or ceiling tile. Before installing the hoist system, inspect it carefully for any damage. Check the wiring, motor, and other components for any signs of wear or tear. If you find any damage, do not install the system. Contact the manufacturer for assistance. During installation, be careful not to damage the wiring or other components of the hoist system. Use the proper tools and techniques. Follow the manufacturer's instructions carefully. After installation, test the hoist system thoroughly. Raise and lower the fixture several times to ensure it operates smoothly and safely. Check the locking mechanism to ensure it holds the fixture securely in place. Inspect the wiring for any signs of overheating or damage. If you find any problems, correct them immediately. It is good practice to document the installation of the fixture hoist system. Keep a record of the manufacturer's name, model number, serial number, and installation date. Also, keep a copy of the manufacturer's instructions and any other relevant documentation. Provide this information to the homeowner or building owner. It is recommended to perform regular maintenance on the fixture hoist system. Check the wiring, motor, and other components for any signs of wear or tear. Lubricate the moving parts as needed. Test the locking mechanism to ensure it holds the fixture securely in place. If you find any problems, correct them immediately. When selecting a fixture hoist system, consider the voltage requirements. Ensure the system is compatible with the electrical system of the building. Most systems operate at 120 volts, but some may require 208 volts or 277 volts. Also, check the amperage requirements of the motor. Ensure the circuit breaker or fuse is sized correctly to handle the load. Overcurrent protection is required for all motor circuits. The overcurrent protection device should be sized according to the requirements of Article 430. The disconnecting means must be readily accessible and located within sight of the motor controller. The disconnecting means must be capable of disconnecting the motor and all its control circuits from the power supply. The hoist system should be installed in a location that is protected from moisture and other environmental factors. If the system is installed in a damp or wet location, the components must be rated for the environment. Also, consider the ambient temperature of the location. The motor should be rated for the expected ambient temperature. If the ambient temperature is too high, the motor may overheat. When wiring the hoist system, use the correct wire size and type. The wire size must be adequate for the amperage of the motor. The wire type must be suitable for the location and environmental conditions. Follow the wiring methods outlined in Chapter 3 of the NEC. All wiring connections must be made in approved junction boxes or enclosures. Use the correct connectors and fittings for the type of wiring being used. Ensure all connections are tight and secure. When grounding the hoist system, use a grounding conductor of the correct size. The grounding conductor must be connected to the grounding electrode system of the building. The grounding electrode system must comply with the requirements of Article 250. Test the grounding system to ensure it is functioning properly. A ground fault circuit interrupter, also known as GFCI, protection may be required for receptacles installed in certain locations. Check the local codes to determine if GFCI protection is required. If GFCI protection is required, install a GFCI receptacle or circuit breaker. When working with electricity, always take safety precautions. Wear appropriate personal protective equipment, such as safety glasses and gloves. Turn off the power before working on any electrical equipment. Use insulated tools. If you are not qualified to perform electrical work, hire a qualified electrician. The NEC contains many requirements for electrical installations. It is important to be familiar with the NEC and any applicable local codes. Failure to comply with the NEC can result in fines, penalties, and safety hazards. The authority having jurisdiction, also known as AHJ, has the responsibility for enforcing the NEC and local codes. The AHJ may be a building inspector, electrical inspector, or other qualified individual. Consult with the AHJ before starting any electrical work. Obtain any necessary permits before starting work. Follow all instructions provided by the AHJ. The NEC is updated every 3 years. It is important to stay up to date with the latest edition of the NEC. The NEC is available for purchase from the National Fire Protection Association, also known as NFPA. The NEC can also be accessed online through various subscription services. In addition to the NEC, there are many other resources available to help with electrical installations. These resources include textbooks, training courses, and online forums. Take advantage of these resources to improve your knowledge and skills. Installing a fixture hoist system can be a complex task. It is important to plan carefully, follow the instructions, and take safety precautions. If you are not comfortable performing the installation yourself, hire a qualified electrician. Before commencing the installation, a thorough site assessment is crucial. Evaluate the structural integrity of the ceiling to ensure it can support the combined weight of the fixture and the hoist system. If necessary, reinforce the ceiling structure to provide adequate support. Consider the aesthetic impact of the hoist system on the room's design. Choose a system that is visually appealing and blends in with the existing decor. Concealed systems are often preferred for their unobtrusive appearance. Proper lighting design is essential for creating a functional and aesthetically pleasing space. Consider the light output, color, temperature, and beam angle of the fixture when selecting a hoist system. The hoist system should allow for easy adjustment of the fixture's position to optimize lighting effects. The location of the hoist system should be carefully planned to ensure it does not interfere with other built-in systems such as HVAC ducts or plumbing pipes. Coordinate with other trades to avoid conflicts. Before installing any wiring, verify the polarity of the electrical circuit. Use a voltage tester to ensure the hot, neutral, and ground wires are properly connected. Incorrect polarity can create a safety hazard. When connecting the wiring, use wire connectors that are listed for the size and type of wire being used. Ensure the connectors are properly tightened to provide a secure connection. Loose connections can cause overheating and electrical hazards. After completing the installation, perform a final inspection to ensure all components are properly installed and all connections are secure. Check for any signs of damage or wear. Verify that the hoist system operates smoothly and safely. Develop a maintenance plan for the hoist system. The plan should include regular inspections, lubrication, and testing. Follow the manufacturer's recommendations for maintenance intervals and procedures. Keep a log of all maintenance activities. If any problems are detected during maintenance, correct them promptly. Delaying repairs can lead to more serious problems and potential safety hazards. When troubleshooting electrical problems, start by checking the simplest things first. Check the circuit breaker, wiring connections, and switches. Use a multimeter to test for voltage and continuity. If you are unable to resolve the problem yourself, hire a qualified electrician. It is essential to document all electrical work performed. Keep a record of the date, description of the work, materials used, and test results. This documentation can be helpful for future maintenance and troubleshooting. When disposing of old electrical equipment, follow all applicable regulations. Do not simply throw electrical equipment in the trash. Many components contain hazardous materials that must be disposed of properly. Contact your local waste management agency for information on proper disposal methods. When selecting a fixture hoist system, consider the noise level of the motor. Some motors can be quite noisy, which can be disruptive in a quiet environment. Choose a system with a quiet motor. Consider the remote control options for the hoist system. Some systems come with a simple on/off switch, while others offer more advanced features, such as dimming and programmable settings. Choose a remote control that meets your need. Before installing a fixture hoist system, consult with the structural engineer to ensure the ceiling can support the weight of the fixture and hoist. A structural engineer can assess the ceiling's load-bearing capacity and recommend any necessary reinforcements. Check the building codes in your area to determine if any special permits or inspections are required for installing a fixture hoist system. Comply with all applicable codes and regulations. A fixture hoist system can be a valuable addition to any home or business. It allows for easy access to high-mounted fixtures for cleaning and maintenance. By following the guidelines outlined in this discussion, you can ensure safe and successful installation. Always prioritize safety when working with electricity. If you are not comfortable performing the installation yourself, hire a qualified electrician. Remember to always consult the latest edition of the National Electrical Code and local codes for specific requirements and regulations. Proper planning, installation, and maintenance are essential for the safe and reliable operation of a fixture hoist system.